gentlemen, welcome to Round the Colosseum. It's your host, Johnny Amon, and your co-host, Jeremy Rains. And with us today is your EPW Hardcore Champion, Max Mercer.
Max, thanks for coming out today.
Thanks for having me.
So Max, let's kick this off at the beginning. What got you into wrestling?
Honestly, when I was younger, I loved the sport. My life kind of took a different path, so I ended up getting into more of actual fighting instead of wrestling, more underground stuff. So I started to fall in love with the combat sports, I should say. And this is just another combat sport that I've yet to be able to come into.
So who was your idol then?
Back then, I mean, I really loved Stone Cold. I really loved a lot of the guys that were real big. Mankind was one of my favorite, especially for the hardcore style that he always did. He was very known for it. And then there's a few of the indie guys when I started into this that I started paying attention to, watching some of the old stuff, and just some of the old school wrestlers that are just not with us no more that I would love to have a chance with.
You mentioned you used to like to fight and you got into the combat sports. Perfect for the hardcore champion here. How long have you held the title?
Well, I'm four-time hardcore champion now.
4 times.
So I've had it for a few months this time, but overall the year I've just been ended up getting it. Only time I ever lost it was either in a multi-match or just being cheap shot from Steps Old Tommy D last time.
Oh, yeah, I remember your ex-manager.
Well,
Exactly.
you got it from Tommy while he was sleeping.
I mean, I just stole something out of his playbook. When me and my old partner Kelly McLeod came out, Tommy had us. He was showing us a way to go about it, and it just came to a point that my morals started questioning whether it was right or wrong. And then he kind of disappeared on us until he showed up that night. So,
Well, McLeod's also kind of disappeared, so when did that actually leave IFC? Like, you're the only person left from that. Is it still a thing?
yes, it's still a thing, because it's not just a banner, not just a faction that we fight, that I fight under. It's a philosophy, a way of life, morals that here's the line in the sand, we won't break it regardless, and the fact that we recognize iron sharpens iron. So the best way to get better is to always challenge ourselves against people that we perceive to be better than us.
Saying always challenge people, but also with the hardcore championship, you always have to be ready, right? You never know who your next opponent's going to be or win, right?
No, 24/7, anytime, anywhere, as long as one of the guys can find a ref, it's on site.
So how do you combat against, like, that? Is there a tactic? Do you, like, hide in a cave somewhere? Or
Not quite. You at least go take a nice vacation out all the way by Arkansas, which is lovely, by the way. They got nice little dome tents out there. But no, for the most part, I'm not hiding. Anybody that knows me, anybody that really wants to find me, they can. I'm out there. I go to work, I come home, I don't hide.
Not only that, but how do you train? You know, even in football, they know who their opponent's going to be the next week. The hardcore championship, you're just going to show up. You got to be ready. How do you do that?
Well, you just gotta sit there and just like in football, you don't always watch your opponent that you're about to go against for film tape. Sometimes you go back and watch other opponents you already played and see where you could do better, where you had your own flaws and try to fix on that, especially when you don't know who you're going against.
you mentioned improving on your own flaws. What's a flaw that you've seen in your past that you've now corrected?
Really my anger, because that's the first way you lose a fight is when you lose your temper in your mind. So I really try to focus on that. I used to get mad when someone beat me. And there was one time I had a match with O'Grim, and even though I won, it just pissed me off. I wanted to beat him down, but then he was there to stop me. So just trying to keep that in check, trying to keep my composure, and always remember, no matter what, I'm in there defending this thing. The 24/7 clause makes me the hardest working champion here at EPW.
You mentioned 4-time champ. You've been wrestling for a while. Haven't been singles very long.
No.
Who is your greatest opponent you've ever, probably your hardest opponent you've faced?
Whew, that's real good because I've actually faced a lot of them. I mean, I've gone against the twins both in singles matches, but I would actually have to give it to the guy that really pushed me a lot and I felt was a real mentor before I unfortunately lost him. You know, Duncan Kincaid, Stone Wolf.
Yeah. I think that was actually his last match was for the hardcore.
Yes, it was.
And that was a 4-way. You mentioned that earlier. You lost blues on the very fourth.
I still walked away that night with it, but he was, what a lot of people don't see is outside of it, me and Duncan talk. He showed me things that I could have done better. Even after we've sat down, we watched the film together. We've had a few matches before we finally
I
sat
heard that a lot about him, that he liked to push people to their best limits, to always improve them. And
He does, and that's what I was talking about earlier about the old school guys. And there's the ones that are still around, don't always seem to want to get back in there to show us the old way of doing it. I mean, everybody can do this if they really try, but where's the people to push us to the next level like they have?
Which, I mean, speaking of veterans, you've kind of been calling one out.
he's been retired for, I think, a year now.
How many times has he retired, guys? He's retired a few times. He came back, and we all know who you're talking about. Oh, Kevin James Sanchez. And what people don't realize is the reason why. I've seen the matches that Kevin had before, especially in hardcore. I've seen the times where he's literally had to pick himself up, and he's not quite the person I actually want. He's just the next best thing that's available, honestly, and I don't mean to be mean.
The next best thing, did he also have a mentor?
He did, and that's the one I would really want, honestly, and unfortunately, he's not here, and this is why I'm trying to revive this division, is for the Oklahoma hardcore legend himself, Kareem Sadat, not to take his place.
What?
Keep my brother's name out of your fucking mouth.
Whoa.
It's not the power play.
Max, not tonight.
Cut it.
Cut.